Hey man, just giving you a quick call. I just wanted to let you know that you are so close, dude. You're so much closer than you think. A lot of these big goals that we've had and these big aspirations, they're right around the corner for you, dude. So you just cannot give up. So stoked for you to see this. P.S. We bought a Lambo. So keep going, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Bryson. This is the Bryson Everyday Project Podcast. This podcast is a little bit different than other ones out there. Here, I only focus on documentation. I don't focus on quality or being professional or being entertaining. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd love for you to stick around and give the show a listen. You can also follow me on Instagram at BRQUSE. Thank you so much. Here's the show. I honestly don't have anything to report today. Nothing really happened. It's Sunday, so I usually... what's been on my calendar for the last while is not a whole lot. I still haven't gone through and remade my calendar to work for Mina and Trey, but what I have been doing is just getting all the hours that I can in as soon as I can, and then just kind of feeling okay ethically with just, for example, if I work so much on Monday for Trey, and then I work even more again on Monday or on Tuesday, that I'm cool just cruising the rest of the week, I don't think I've talked much about what he's had me do lately, and for good reason, and that's because it hasn't been anything. He sent me a text on what he wanted, and I said, yeah, I got you on Friday. That was last week. Friday rolls around, I start working on it, but he's on a road trip, so he can't really respond. So still hasn't responded to me. So I still haven't completed what he wants. He just wants some automations done in Zapier, which is fine. And I just need a lot of his input, a lot of what he wants to happen so that I can create it the way that he wants in a response. So yeah, still doing stuff for him. I'm thankful. And then as far as Mina goes, same thing. We're still, I sometimes do feel like he's just paying me. Of course, I'm going to deliver him the full product, the full project. I was thinking about this. So, he may be paying me, 20 hours a week now, and Trey may be paying me 10, but I'm still working on this outside of that, and they're getting it. So, Trey is paying me, you want to say, 10 hours a week, and I'm working on this about 100 hours a week, So, or I guess at least 80, for sure, at least. So he's paying for 10, but getting 80. Mina's paying for 20, but getting 80. I'm getting paid 30. They're getting 80. When you put it like that, it is 100%. They're getting the better end of the deal. Now you could look long term and say that they're not getting the better end of the deal, because if I'm going to be selling this for $5,000, then Mina pays for that in 2.5 months. Trey pays for that in 5 months. I've been with both of them for at least 5 months, so therefore I guess they're overpaying. But it's all going to be polished off and good to go. So I don't know. However you want to look at it, I guess that you can really maneuver, or you can sculpt the situations to fit whatever frame of mind you're trying to. And I think, side note, I think it's in our best interest to always frame it in a way that benefits us long term, or I guess in maybe any way that. Sorry, not long term. Any way that benefits us in the now, in the short term, in the micro, so that we can perform a certain way, which is better for us long term. So I guess it indirectly is better for us long term, but whatever. Just worked on some Notion stuff, just trying to make sure what I'm doing is going through top to bottom and just making sure that everything that I have works, and that everything is supposed to be exactly how it's designed. All the views are, I'm just want to make sure everything works, because what I want to do is start selling this, and I can upgrade it as I go. I can figure that out. I just want to get to that point. It's really what I want. It's like a daily thing that I talk about now. But yeah, I'm still working on it, obviously. Not much else to report there. So I got a new monitor stand. It's coming tomorrow. I got 3 curtains, because the glare on my computer screen is just, it reached a point, camel, it's the straw that broke the camel's back. And it's really not the end of the world. I mean, I could just turn my desk around. It wouldn't be a problem. I could fix this problem in 5 minutes if I just flip my desk around and I faced the windows rather than the windows being behind me. But I don't want to. I want my desk against the wall, and and that's that. So I bought 3 curtains and 2 curtain rods and a new monitor mount. So hopefully that'll kind of change up the vibes in here during the day, at least. And I also bought 2 lamps, and they were cheap lamps, but they're very well. The lamps themselves look fine. They're these little rectangle block looking things. They're about a foot tall, 4 inches wide. They're fine, but the light bulbs are bright as shit, and I kind of want not as bright light bulbs because it's pretty overpowering. But I've got my desk here, I've got my monitor, and I've got both lamps on each corner, left and right, and then I've got a fake plant next to it, and it actually looks nice. I really like the aesthetic that I've got going on here. And going off of, I don't know what episode it was, I could find out right now. It's probably 2 or 3 ago. Yeah, 722, because today's 724. That episode talked about idle murals. That's the name of the part of the title. And that was me just kind of putting people that I really respect and look up to for different reasons in one big photo, photoshopping them together. And, so why that ties in is I'm talking about all the, the lamp, the fake planes, the curtains. It's getting kind of nice in here, I would say, just slowly but surely. And so if I can get some of those things and custom make them, I wonder how much it would cost to get let's see, Walgreens prints photos. I wonder how big something would cost, how much a bigger photo would cost. So let's go prints. 50% off everything photo, enter code memory at checkout. 50% off? Is that real? Okay, well, let's see. Prints and enlargements. I need big ones. I want some fat ones. 24 by 36. That's pretty big. Let's see what we got here. Adhesive posters? Crazy. Adhesive posters with designs. I just need posters. I don't want a full-blown poster, though. Whatever. Material. Adhesive, paperboard, satin paper. So I can get a 20 by 30 for $26. I can get 24 by 36 for $31. I don't want this, though. I want something that's a little bit different. Posters and banners. Adhesive posters, calendar posters. I don't want... banners down there. I want some glossy growth charts, board prints. I don't even know. Board prints. Let's try this one. Ugly. Prints and enlargements. Is that what it is? Feature photos, occasions, collections, frame prints, ornaments, shop all products. Shop all products. Designer prints? Nope. I just want to print a big photo. That's all that I want. Calendars, photo books, canvas, decor. Canvas might be closer. Split canvas prints, acrylic panel, mini canvas print. I don't know, dude. I think what we'll do is we'll just go look at normal photos. Prints and enlargements. No. It's got to be posters. Custom framed prints. Banners. I think posters is my best bet. I just can't choose the material, I guess. Satin paper, paperboard, adhesive. Paperboard for 20 by 30 is $37. That's crazy. So I wonder if I can change the orientation, because these are all portrait. I want landscape. So orientation. All right. So just answer that question. So 20 by 30, that's a good size. I got my tape measure here. Let's see. I think my desk is 30 inches wide or long. So I guess wide. Yeah, it's 30 inches by 20. Yeah, it's a good size photo. That's actually probably what I'm looking at. So anyway, the idea would be to Photoshop and create my own designs, and not like I'm spending a whole bunch of time. Like I really just like buzzwords, just good reminders. So I would get a 20 by 30 poster of the word that is work. That's it. And I might spice it up and make it even more creative, but I'm not going to spend weeks in making a perfect design with all the, I like minimalistic stuff, and I like having unique things. I'm a big fan of not having what everybody else has, so if you go on Amazon, you can do this with me if you want. I'll do it live here. If you go to Amazon and you type in inspirational wall art, what comes up is a whole bunch of this shit. Now, actually, I really like this one. It says, "Smooth seas never made a skilled sailor." I love that. However, it's on a split canvas, so there's 3 different ones, and it's the image is a boat, I guess, that's going up a big tsunami, we'll say. It's 36 by 16. That's small. 16 inches, that's really small. I want them to be massive. So I can go 36, I can go 60 by 28. That's what I'm talking about. But when you do that, it becomes $80. So, but yeah, I like things like that are little memories. There's also things, why I Googled this is there's another one that says, there's 4 of them. It says action. Action. Do what is right, not what is easy. I just don't know if that makes the most sense. Leadership. Leadership is action, not position. You don't need to say that same word in the definition. All good. A goal without a plan is just a wish. That's for goal. Teamwork makes the dream work. Teamwork. You can fuck off with that last one. So that's what I'm saying. So these are all... these are pre-made, right? People can just buy these. And so I feel like if I have this, then it's just... in some ways, I feel like whenever you make a purchase, you are limiting what you want to someone else's creativity to some extent. I mean, that you can really tear that one apart, but it's fine. It's just, we're talking about designs here. And maybe it's just preference, but it's like, if you can think of something better and greater and prettier and more colorful or whatever it is in your head, but you resort to settling for something less that somebody else did, obviously it's much easier to just click purchase and buy something and have it sent to you versus, creating it, printing it, going and getting it, framing it, blah, blah, blah. Obviously. But then it's not really what you wanted, is it? So there's another one here. This is cool. I've never seen this. It says, it's got a picture of a samurai. It's probably tiniest, 11 by 14. Give me a big one. Anyway, so I choose to live by choice, not chance, to be motivated, not manipulated, to be useful, not used, to make changes, not... So it's a big... It looks cool, but it's a big fucking affirmation thing. I'm good. Dude, see like these. 8 powerful words for the day. Be grateful. Grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. Believe in yourself. Believe you can and you will. Cheesy. Never give up. A little progress each day adds up to big results. I feel like AI wrote that. Stay strong. Dream, believe, achieve. What the fuck does that have to do with being strong? Be kind. Kindness makes you the most beautiful. A woman wrote that. Work hard. Good things come to those who hustle. I disagree. Wait, whoa. Well, I absolutely do agree. I was... Hold on. I read stay humble. So it says work hard, good things come to those who hustle. The next one is stay humble. I said hustle, but in my head I read humble. So I said I disagree to good things come to those who are humble. I mean, I don't think you have to be humble to get good things, but work hard in silence, let success make the noise. That is so cliche, and I mean, I agree, but it's so cliche, so fuck off. Keep smiling. Because of your smile, you make life more beautiful. A girl wrote that. So, and it's 12 by 18. It's tiny. So point being, after I just took a shit on all, we'll do one more. This one says chances of success. 0%, I won't. 10%, I can't. I feel like can't should be 0 because that's the dumbest shit you could say. 20% is I don't know how. 30% is I wish I could. 40% I want to. 50% I think I might. 60% I might. So dumb, dude. 70% I think I can. 80% I can. 90% I am. 100% I did. I can, I am, I did should all be 100%. And then it says you decide, and the photo is just some bridge in a jungle. What the fuck is that? I don't want to buy that. I want to make my own. Some of these are just so cheesy. I want to be moved by what I'm looking at. I don't want to be, or reminded. I don't want to look at something and be like, God damn, cheesy. You know? There's that one, and it's a nutrition facts panel, and it talks about what's required to be an entrepreneur, and it's like 100 grams of discipline, 100 grams of resilience, 100 grams of, and then it's just like 5 million grams of patience. I don't know. Some of these I really do like. Other ones, it's like buzzwords, and then there's a definition underneath it, and it's just, I don't know. So anyway, I'm ripping on this too long for no reason. So there's one, it's called 1% Better Every Day. It's got big bold letters, love it, minimal. And then below it, it's got some, what looks like crimson font. That's not crimson. I don't know what font, but I think it looks nice. So what it says nurturing the power of just 1% improvement every single day. It might seem insignificant, a small change, an extra step, a minor adjustment. No commas. So I'm not going to buy it. There's no commas. I'm not even kidding. But over time, okay, comma, these tiny actions build momentum. They compound into something far greater than you could ever imagine. I knew that it was going to say that before it even. Only 1% better today, another tomorrow, and before you know, no, not a single comma. You transformed not just your habits, but your life. No commas. Remember, greatness is built one small step at a time. M dash, focus on progress, not perfection. No comma. Trust in yourself. M dash, you're capable of more than you know. AI wrote that 100%. It's fine, but the look of that looks nice. And I would want to make something similarly. There's also a lot of the man in the arenas. And I love that quote a lot. And I might even read that to end off the show here. I don't know if this is the exact one. This is just the last one. That it is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least he will, while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. That is fucking beautiful. And it's by Theodore Roosevelt. And I don't know if what I just read, is the original, but I love it. The next one that I see is it's a big open road with a giant valley. It's like, Route 66 in Cars, where you get to that scene and it's just one big straight road for what seems like forever. It's a photo like that. It's got a turtle and it just says forward. I love that. Just a reminder, keep going forward. I like that. But yeah, see, there's another one. It says core values for success. You don't get to decide my core values, and there's no prerequisite or there's no default for any kind of rules for anything. So I don't want to just buy this and then just conform to what somebody else wrote. Like, let me come up with my own. And if it just so happens that they're the same, I'm going to word them the way that I want. So I'm not going to buy this. No, this is not, I'm ripping on this too hard for no reason. All I was trying to do was say, do this with me. We can look it up. It's going to do the same shit because they're all the same. I just want to make my own end of story. So anyway, I don't really have much else to say. So yeah, get my office a little bit more cozy, just continuously working. Hopefully going to have this done in the next week or so, and then we'll go from there. And then start selling the shit. So anyway, love you guys. Thanks so much for listening. As always, please rate the show if you haven't already on Spotify or wherever you're listening. And yep, that's it. Peace.